Hey, Alan Bramson here. The other day I was giving my daughters some pretty much unsolicited advice. Hey, I'm a father. And I was thinking about what I had learned and what I wanted to pass on to them. And the following advice that I gave them, it's very similar to really what a business owner goes through. I think the gist of my advice is that you should always do what you enjoy doing, but that there will be most likely many obstacles. There will be many detours in the road. It's not a straight path, certainly not, but that you can't let it deter you. You have to always keep going forward, and you may be bumping against the next issue, but you can't let it defeat you. I started in public accounting. That's where I earned my CPA, and I spent a lot of time on performing audits. And it's a great way to learn for accountants. But I realized early on I had zero interest in it. The theory of being an accountant performing audits was a little bit different than the actual practice. Now, mind you, a lot of my close friends are auditors, so no disrespect there. It's incredibly important, but it just wasn't for me. What I wanted to do was to help business owners, to help make lives better, to help make companies perform better and earn more money. And I didn't want to be what I kind of felt like was being a scorekeeper or maybe a referee. And it's very important, and there are a lot of benefits, but it just wasn't for me. I left public accounting in order to really do more of the type of work that I wanted to. I went back, got an MBA, and then started working for actual companies as opposed to public accounting firms. And I worked for a whole various slew of companies in different industries. I worked in healthcare, personal products, testing, networks, a lot of things that I learned a great deal about, and all the companies were of different sizes. I worked in the huge companies, the medium-sized companies, and then spent a lot of time in small entrepreneurial startup type companies. And I learned even more there, and it was great. I realized at a certain point, though, that although this was much closer to what I wanted to do, I still wasn't there yet. I was a cog in the wheel, some large companies, and even when it was more on the smaller size, I didn't really have as much of an ability to really help provide value. I was much closer to it, mind you, but not quite where I wanted to be. And I had always wanted to start my own firm. So I realized at a certain point that I should create my own accounting/bookkeeping company, and I did just that. Value added accounting solutions. And we offer bookkeeping, things like payroll, accounts payables, etc. You won't be surprised that I don't offer auditing or any type of review services. And we do not offer tax. We leave that to the tax experts who spend every waking moment working in that area. But what we do is not only do we handle all the usual bookkeeping type stuff that you would normally expect, but we are heavily engaged in the analysis side. Because remember, my main goal was to help a company succeed. And if all I did was just produce financials, then move to the next company, am I doing that much different than what I was doing before? So now, since I'm the owner of the company and I can chart exactly the path of the company and what we do and who we work with, etc., and all the various services that I can provide. We work with a very strong specialty in the landscaping business world. And we work very closely with landscapers, and we offer a lot of analysis. We'll work on cash flow projections, budgeting, work with you in terms of different analysis so you can see how your company's performing. What are your financial metrics? How do they compare to the industry of similar size landscaping companies? There's a lot there, but the overall gist has not changed from what I originally envisioned, which is we're there to work as basically a business advisor with the owner. The goal isn't to produce good accounting financials. You can probably get a lot of companies that do that. It's to work with the owner so that we can add real value. So that's what. So that's where my advice to my kids, I think, hopefully add some value in their life. And I think that's exactly what a lot of the business owners go through. The path is never clean. There are always problems. There's always the next issue. And if you're trying to grow and take your company to the next level, you're going to continually get bigger and newer problems, but they're always ones that you can overcome. But in order to do that, you need good information and you need the right people at your side. But I just thought that this was an interesting point in how my daughter's advice sort of related to everything. So I thought I'd share that with you. Hope that had some value to you. Take care. Bye-bye.